The landscape of direct-to-consumer advertising is changing and things are innovating. Brands that were relying on agencies are now bringing resources internally in-house. The reason being is because the agency model is flawed and that doesn't lead to the end goal of capital efficiency, especially during a time of a looming recession where brands are now going to be strapped for cash. They're trying to preserve their cash flow while still trying to expand into markets with rising acquisition costs. So now, what is the key solution apart from all of this, right? Well, let's break down the bottlenecks of working with the agency. The agency is a business. The only way the agency grows is by working with more and more clients. Now, the attention to detail with multiple clients, let's say past 10, gets diversified. And now that founder who was running the agency and who was heavily a part of the brand's marketing strategy has grown to a significant level to where they must delegate that growth to a junior media buyer or somebody internally on their team to oversee the ad account. Now, that junior media buyer with limited experience doesn't understand the concepts of optimizing specific variables like a creative, offer, landing page, even product bundle. So now what happens is the growth that brand paid for the agency to operate on is now delegated to somebody who's unaware about what significant variables do need to be changed. Therefore, the agency itself is not the biggest lever of growth for the actual brand and what they're looking to hit. Now, the brand is stuck paying X amount of retainer, and ultimately they leave by churning, leaving that agency from what was tested, now going to a different agency who's promising growth and is severely under-delivering. I've hopped on numerous amount of calls where founders tell me they've been burned by agencies. The reason being is because the founder itself is not taking responsibility of their biggest lever of growth. Organic is great to a certain extent, but it doesn't really drive in the revenue numbers that can be calculated from paid ads. Now, when it comes to founders not running paid ads, essentially they are delegating their biggest lever of growth to outside vendors. When I look at other industries like B2B SaaS companies, they very rarely outsource their sales team or their marketing team. Everything is done in-house. Now, founders must take responsibility for their lack of growth, their lack of ability to run ads. That is what's going to separate a brand killing it during a looming recession in 2023 to 2024 to a brand who's barely surviving. It's the ability and having the knowledge gap to run the ads and put everything in a formulaic approach. Now, what are most brands pivoting to? Well, it's a hybrid structure of utilizing a growth consultant, somebody who can come into the business, who understands all of these access channels at a high level, who understands that Facebook's great for top of funnel, middle funnel prospecting and retargeting, utilizing Google once that is scaled up on Facebook, utilizing Google as a retargeting platform to hit people on Facebook who didn't convert, and then lastly, diversifying into TikTok for top of funnel prospecting towards a Gen Z type of audience and building a bundle around that Gen Z type of audience to get that access channel to crack. Now, with a growth consultant managing the front end of the marketing strategy, that growth consultant as well as building resources internally, building the creative department, building the post-click department, optimizing the offers, optimizing the whole entire sales funnel in its entirety. And apart from that, that growth consultant is training the founder on how to run the ads to utilize everything, so where a pinpoint when it comes to increasing the spend, the founder and the growth consultant can bring on a full stack media buyer who can also delegate and manage the ad campaigns at scale as the ad budgets are significantly higher, where the brand is spending 100K a month to even $1 million a month in ad spend. So with that being said, founders need to take responsibility of utilizing and learning how to run ads. I'm not saying agencies are bad. I think agencies are good to a certain extent, but it will not take you to the next level to hit multiple 6 figures a year, multiple 8, 7 to even 8 figures a year. To hit those levels, you need to have your resources internally in-house, and you need a growth consultant on your team to build out these resources for the creatives, the landing page, the offers, and constantly testing out these variables at scale. So yeah, you're profitable on the front end, and also you're increasing your LTV on the back end. So with that being said, that is pretty much the thesis behind all of this. If you're a D2C founder, you're looking to build out resources in-house, you're looking for a growth consultant, I'll drop my 30-page protocol down below of how you can utilize all of this information I just covered, how to utilize that more in depth so that you can build out everything you need internally and scale profitably across multiple access channels. If there's any questions, drop them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.